Hey, how you guys doing, man? It's Joe D, and welcome to Share Beer 424. Um, Jeez, yeah, I'm still kind of waking up here. I am not quite all here, but uh, we will here in a few minutes. It's kind of like when you first get to work on Monday. You're like, oh man, I need more weekend, right? Yeah, it's kind of one of those deals. But we got Bum, Mark, and Rod with us today, man. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
Doing good.
Doing all right.
We have some big beer news today, man. So we'll definitely try to fit that one story in. I have a couple other things in the can too as well. If we can talk about if things get a little slow. But we'll start with Bum. What do you got for us today, man?
Well, finishing up my warm-up beer here, which is, I'm not even going to stick to it too long. Brooklyn Naranjito, is that the way it's pronounced?
Huh. Okay.
Oh, really?
Naranjito. It's an orange peel pale ale, but that was my warm-up beer, which I'm going to finish right now. I'll show you what I'm having.
Oh, okay. What's the stuff? I've never seen that one. So what's
Orange peel pale ale.
Oh, orange pale pale ale. Okay,
From
so that's their.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a pale ale with some orange to it or something. All right.
So my main beer here, my first one, I should say, since I'm saying goodbye to my vacation tomorrow.
Right.
I'm also
Go to the bang.
I'm also going to say goodbye to one of my favorite brands of all time, which hasn't been produced for almost 2 years now, Woolivers in Vermont. This is my last bottle of Woolivers
Porter.
Alta Gracia Coffee Porter.
Huh.
And this bottle is almost 2 years old, and I've been hanging on to it, been threatening to drink it on the show for months now. I just kept putting it off, and now's the time. I can't even guarantee I'm going to get through this. I haven't had it in the refrigerator until a couple months ago, so it's been sitting in the basement.
It's probably fine.
It's not very high ABV, I don't think.
Okay, that was my next question. What's the ABV? 5.5 or something like that?
Something like that.
It's probably okay. It was a dark basement.
But I did take a close look at the bottle, and it was bottled in October 2015.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask the date.
Less than
Yeah.
2 years old.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, that I've had mixed results from.
Yeah. Joe kept Bud Light and Lime in his temperature-controlled storage unit for 1.5 years.
Exactly.
Who knows? There's hope.
Actually, it's not half bad. I mean,
I would think so. Yeah.
there's hardly any coffee left. Maybe a trace of it, but
Okay.
I'm actually surprised because I've had some bad porters and bad stouts that hung around too long.
Yeah.
Even though obviously a little bit
So,
longer shelf life.
On a fresher bottle, was the coffee much more prominent than you're getting now?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what usually what happens. It seems like whatever the most prominent, like for IPAs, it's the hops that goes away, and for coffee porters and that kind of stuff tends to fade away.
But I'm bummed out that the Woolivers brand disappeared. Otter Creek bought them, and then they just did away with the Woolivers brand. I think some of the Woolivers recipes survive under the Otter Creek name, but Woolivers was always they're on the level of Harpoon and some of those breweries,
Okay. All right. Yeah. Crafty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I think happens is, you keep the beers that shouldn't be kept if they're not like a Pilsner or something, and and they all turn to some version of like a malt bomb, if you will.
Yeah.
So it's like that's when I think if the brewer puts more emphasis or a lot of emphasis into their base of their beer, then I think it kind of holds on to where, like what Bum said, like it's still not bad, versus if the emphasis was on the hops and you stored one for too long, and then crack that one open, you're like, oof, because the hops is gone, and they didn't really put a lot of emphasis on the base of the beer. So,
Just like your Enjoy by 420 that you had Sunday night. Huh?
Yeah, that was a rough one, man. Yeah, we had that special weekend show. Yeah, I had to tough through that 420.
Oh, you did? Oh, you. Oh, man.
Yeah, I cracked open the 420 and we muscled through that one. But yeah, and I drank the whole damn thing too. It took the whole. What did we do that show? 2 hours? It took that whole time.
Oh man.
And that's a shame that a beer that's 4 months past the date, you had a tougher time drinking than I did with this one that's almost 2 years old. That's what why I'm glad I'm not an IPA aficionado, because I don't want to have to be, you know, under that pressure to make sure they're fresh, totally fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that beer specifically is, you know, there's a lot of pressure to, you know, to continue. It's kind of like just a different batch, really, every time. It's you know, it's almost a different beer. Here, let me show this one really quick on Untapped, because it's no longer being made, is what they're saying. This beer is no longer being produced by the brewery, is what they say on here.
Listed under Otter Creek Brewing. They have it. Under. Yeah.
So it's
the recipe and aren't producing it anymore.
Yeah. But there's still 13 people that have had it in the last 30 days. So Bum is not alone.
They're hanging on to their memories.
They are hanging on.
And that most recent person to check in,
look at that.
Same thing.
32 minutes ago.
Look at that. Wow.
Today is a sad day. I drank my last. He said that this almost is you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. That's funny.
What a trip.
People hanging on to last one, drinking with my bros.
44 minutes.
The last one.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Well, that's probably them, because they said he was drinking it with his brother and sister.
Yeah.
And what's the chances that's Travis Z and the
Okay.
So but they're drinking it actually right with you.
That's wild.
Bum at the same time, actually.
It's funny. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it is. If it's a beer you like, and you know it's not being made anymore, or you can't get anymore, you kind of want to hang on. But you know, the longer you hang on, the chances of it being as good as you remember it are going down and going down. The longer you hang on to it.
Yeah, that's not like old music, right? Like it's not
right.
No.
Yeah, that's the longer you keep that. Like Mark said, the chances it just
slowly rots away, and pretty soon.
Right. We got Coach in the chat. Just want to say what's up real quick. Give him a shout out. So yeah, that was that. I was actually on their website too. Let's see what we get from their. They still have it on their website. This is the look from their website.
Oh, that's wild. It's still there.
Yeah, it's crazy that they're still showing it. But yeah, let's see.
Find this beer. Nowhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they have a beer finder and everything for it. So
I wonder, did they produce it after they bought it? Did they produce it for a little bit and then stop?
Oh yeah. They kept the Wolliver's name alive for I think a couple years. The last two things that I remember them doing in the fall of 2015 was this one, and they did a pumpkin ale. And those were the last two things that came out under the Wolliver's.
Somebody hasn't updated that page on the website in 2 years, basically.
Yeah.
They need an intern or something. Get in there and clean that up.
But I love the way they went specific with their coffee. They I should have showed that, but they said they used 100% certified fair trade organic coffee from the Alta Grassa farm in the Dominican Republic. So that's pretty specific, you know. So you can kind of research that coffee and then figure out what coffee notes you should be getting from that beer, you know, which is what I like to see. So even though they haven't made this beer in a while, it shows that they were ahead of their game because they recognize that, hey, we're making a coffee beer. There's a million different coffees out there. There's a million different ways to roast it. There's a million different ways to, so you can even have the same coffee beans from the same farm and it still could be way different because you mild roasted it, you dark roasted it, you know, so that's good. I like the way they went specific with that. Rod, what are you having, man?
Let's see. Well, I'm letting it warm up a little bit still.
Okay, so I can go to Mark and then come back to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got my main beer is warming up like Rod's too, but my starter beer I just finished was this one, the Uinta Lime Pils.
Oh, okay.
How was that one?
It was good. It's better than Bud Light Lime, but the carbonation was kind of weak on this. That was the thing that disappointed me about this. It just didn't have good carbonation. It just kind of faded away. The flavor was really good. It's a natural lime flavor. It's not sweet, but it's got a good lime flavor. So that one was good.
I saw it in one of my stores, and it was only 4 weeks past the expiration date that it was on the shelf still.
Yeah, mine was like a couple. This was bottled like, you know, or canned like 5 weeks ago, so not too bad. So fresh, it still didn't have the carbonation. But I'm gonna my warm-up beer. That was my pre-warm-up. My warm-up is this one, the Fat Tire Belgian Wit.
Oh, the Belgian Wit. That's
I've been seeing that a lot lately. I haven't bought it.
Just showed up. I mean, I just noticed it this weekend in the beer store.
But yeah, Mark, you have already had that on here, right?
Yeah, I had this on Sunday for my photography show. But yeah, this is the one we were walking through the store and Pam goes, hey, look, they changed the label on Fat Tire. And I'm like, yeah, they did. And I looked at it and I was like, hey, it's a different Fat Tire.
Yeah.
So this is, I mean, it's a good beer. I mean, it's I think I gave it 3.5 or something like that, maybe. Have I logged it? I think I logged it on Untapped. If not, I got to take a picture of it. But it's got that, you know, it's got the. Got to take a picture of it. But it's got the, you know, all the classic stuff. You get some nice banana and fruit, you know, kind of tropical fruit kind of thing. A little bit of that Belgian yeast kind of, you know, slight tangy funkiness to it. Yeah, I mean, it's very good. I mean, if you guys like wits, this is definitely worth your effort.
Let's see. I've got that one.
Yeah, I mean, look at that, nice and kind of hazy straw color. I can see lots of little bubbles coming up from the bottom. The head retention's nice bright white head. So yeah, it's a good summer beer. This really is.
Let's see.
Belgian white.
Yeah. No, come, man.
And then I've got something completely, another Belgian style beer, but completely different than this one as my next one.
For the next one? Okay.
Got to warm up, a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, here.
It's from the cellar. It's one of those ones I've been hanging on to.
Oh,
you guys are just going to have to wait and see what it is.
It's going to keep us in suspense here. There we go. I finally found
special release Belgian style white. So I guess this is a limited release form.
Yeah, it's a limited release. Yeah, that's what took me so long to find it as well on Untapped. Here's the website. Fat Tire Belgian white.
I didn't check in. Yeah,
I like the nice, clean kind of you know. Well, the label makes it feel nice and you know, fresh and so it's 5.2% ABV, 12 IBUs.
Yeah.
The yeast is an American wheat ale yeast. So
yeah.
Now the fat tires that I've kept, since we were talking about keeping beers past their prime. The fat tires that I've kept have held up pretty well. Yeah.
They should hold up a little better. Yeah, they're kind of an amber ale.
So if you're looking this up on Untapped, it's going to be this way here: Fat Tire Special Release Belgian Style White. And it's a wit beer, like we were saying earlier. 1,877 ratings on here. 1,229 at the time of this review show. So you know it just came out. That just shows you this is a very, very, very
probably just got released in the last week or so. I bet. Yeah.
The 3.68 bottle cap rating. So
I'm giving it 3 and I'm giving it 3.75. I mean, it's a solid one. You know, wit beer. Definitely. Definitely worthwhile, and it was reasonably priced. I mean, New Belgium, yeah, I get it for $8.49 for the 6-pack.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I was gonna say about $8 is what they generally.
And most of their not super specialty stuff, but most of their regular stuff is going to be between $8 and $9. I mean, it just seems to fall in that price range. So. Which
is I'm still not very familiar with how much the actual local tax is, for alcohol.
Yeah, that's every state's different. Yeah,
every state's got their different one.
I'm still not.
Well, our friend Zach in Australia, I mean, his local tax is like 400% the cost of the beer.
I know, man. God, it's just nuts.
Yeah,
but
Pennsylvania's got more tax than Georgia, I think.
Mm-hmm.
As far as on alcohol, and some states are less. I mean, I think Georgia's kind of about in the middle. I mean, they're not the most heavily taxed, but they're not the least. So, kind of typical prices.
Yeah, it would, because they have to price their beer accordingly, right? I would think, somewhat like cigarettes do, right? Like, different states have different taxes on cigarettes, and so to kind of keep the price balanced for the most part, they have to adjust the actual price of their product. So
pick a price that's going to be good for the vast majority of people.
Right. Yeah,
except for Australia, they can't price for that because then nobody would buy their beer.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So you do have some malt liquor news for us, right? We talked about it. Okay.
Yeah. Cool. After Rod has his beer. Yeah.
So we'll get to. I just wanted to make sure. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just verifying is all I was doing.
Verifying what was out there.
Yeah. How long have we been doing the malt liquor update now? We've been a couple months, maybe.
About 3 months, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe since like March or April.
Yeah,
it's something like that.
It's become a popular segment, man. It really is. It's I'm not the only one that likes it, man. Everyone's kind of like, yeah, what is happening with malt liquor? That's that other beer.
Venture into another world.
Yeah, because when I'm in the beer store, it's like either the first door or the last door, or when I'm at the grocery store, that's usually first in the aisle, so I never even see it. You just kind of woof, you whiz by it. You know what I'm saying? And if it's at the end of your aisle, you're like, you never even make it down there because it usually gets the Budweiser and Miller and all that, and you're like, never mind. Okay, that's the end of the beer case, really. So you just never. Yeah, you're kind of like, nothing to see here, nothing to see. So you just kind of are like, wow. It's like the first people on Mars, really. Like bummers are. Craft beer is from Mars and malt liquor's from Venus, right?
Yeah,
like there's your show title, Joe.
Beer's from Mars, malt liquor's from Venus. There we go.
There's your show title.
Yep.
Yeah, that is.
Agreed.
So the malt liquor is the Venus, right? You're like, that's just, you're like, man, who are those people over there that drink that stuff?
This is not for Uranus. That's all that
matters. Yeah, that's a whole nother show.
And that's the after show.
So, Rod, what do you have, my friend?
All right. Well, I was going to start out by saying you guys are talking about the state taxes and everything. If you want, I can show you the map here if you'd like to see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I know there's one out there.
To us. Yeah.
Anytime anybody else can do that research instead of me, I'm happy about that.
Oh, yeah, and it's a chart at that. Are you
That's
kidding
right, chart. Is it an infographic?
Oh, yeah.
So you can see it here, and then blow it up there a little bit bigger.
Yeah, blow it up there a little bit.
We're number 4, so we're
so there's all the states and all the different taxes that get applied. The lowest the green, the lower the state.
We're some of the highest. I was all whack. We're actually less than Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I mean, Alaska's number 2 with the $1.07.
Wow.
That's amazing. Because Pennsylvania just bumped theirs up a few years ago.
What is that? Is that a rate per what?
They're like 40 cents. And this is as of June of this year. So
this is super current. Yeah. What?
So is that what per 6-pack or per gallon, or how do they?
Right here, rate says rates are
12 ounce, right?
Off-premise sales of 4.7 ABV beer in 12-ounce containers.
Okay.
So that's just 4.7%. So that it might actually be. It's probably more than likely higher. This is just an average, right?
Then you get other stuff down here talking about different rates and stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So Arizona is 35. Wow. New Mexico was 13.
Yeah, even Hawaii is like number 5 at 93 cents.
Mm-hmm. Colorado,
California,
45.
Yeah. You would expect Colorado to be way down there. Right?
We're more than that's amazing. Mississippi is less than Georgia. Alabama's higher.
Yeah. So here appears the tax rate.
Down.
The tax rate is dollars per gallon.
Dollars per gallon. Okay. Yeah. For a 4.7%.
So if you got like a gallon, so I guess if you got like a half growler, you can cut that in half. Or a gallon, 4 ounce, you cut it in half.
So who's 50 is what I want to know. I mean, where is it the best to drink beer in this whole country?
I think it was somewhere in the Midwest when I saw it last. Right here, Wyoming.
Wyoming.
That makes sense.
2 cents. I'll be in Casper tomorrow.
Look at that.
Man.
You're in Arizona. So that's a little easy beer.
I mean, look at that. Yeah, it's only that far on the map, you know.
Just passing through Utah.
Pennsylvania's 45, but this is for 4 point. But is that state tax? Yeah, this is state, so there might be local and
there's
county and local tax on top of it.
There's other taxes involved.
Yeah, there's other stuff people get killed in PA for sure.
But every state does it different. I don't think Georgia adds like local and county alcohol taxes on top. So I don't know, but yeah.
Wow, Wyoming 2 cents, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look at our friend there from Idaho, man. He's 15 cents. They're 38.
Yeah.
Oregon's 45. That kind of explains a lot too. Oregon being 45. Oregon and Colorado are both 45. How does that work?
Yeah, pretty low.
Yeah, so if you're making a beer run, you're going through Arizona to Colorado and then up one.
So in general, it looks like man, if you're west of the Mississippi, you're okay. East of the Mississippi,
well, keep in mind, down through these areas, you're talking about Bible Belt, so they were.
Yeah, that's the Baptist tax, as I call it.
Yeah.
I'm right here at number 6 in Kentucky, so
yeah.
But I jump over to 32 once in a while, or 41.
Wow, thanks.
I got choices.
Right, choices. Yeah, that's you should post that in your Google Plus. We'll try to.
I may put it back out there. I did it on my Facebook page before and Twitter, but I might put it back on Google.
Yeah,
Plus as well.
that's interesting.
What's this Facebook thing you speak of?
You haven't been on my Facebook page, have you?
I really don't go to Facebook.
You don't go to Facebook as much? Okay.
I don't. I'm not.
Are you on Twitter?
I do go on Twitter, but Facebook. Facebook's one of those kind of evil things that you have to do. I mean, I have a photography page on Facebook,
right?
And I use the Messenger, but the actual Facebook itself, I don't really.
Yeah,
I've battled with it because I've had so many requests to start this on Facebook, so I like to joke about it,
The demons of the internet.
Yeah.
But so since Marco's in Colorado, we'll stay in Colorado. So I'm actually drinking Avery Brewing, the Czar.
Oh, Avery. I haven't had Avery in a while.
So I figured go big or go home tonight now. So nice 22-ounce bottle, low ABV, 10.1. So
okay, that's session beer.
55 IBUs. Haven't had this one yet, but looking at like the state tax map, I actually found this one of the deals. One of the things we do have in Kentucky is some places with lower alcohol, and we have a lot of people that don't know really a lot of the good craft beer. So this 22-ounce bottle of Avery Czar, $3.99.
Oh, whoa! And is it still?
Yeah.
Is it still in date, or does Avery? I can't remember. Do they?
Well, this one actually they don't date on their bottle, but in a 10.1 stout, I mean, you can sell this, which I'm selling 3 in there right now in the cellar.
Yeah.
another one downstairs too that I'll put in the fridge to do a review on later. But
that's a good one. I've had that. It's been a few years, but yeah, they make some good strong beers.
Yeah, and this is the first time I'm actually having this one, but I sent one of the bottles up to Eric in Michigan, and he loved it. He couldn't believe I got this for the deal I got it for. So, of course, some of the guys on the internet think I'm connected because they see some of the prices I pay on stuff. So,
yeah, no doubt, right?
See if I can get some smoke for Joe, because I know Joe loves smoke.
Oh,
right?
yeah, man. Heck yeah. Let's see.
I'm not a pro like you, though, Joe. I didn't really come off well. I had a little bit of smoke. There's a little bit of there.
I saw a little bit when it initially.
Well, when you put the tin on there, it kind of is like anticlimactic.
Yeah, it kind of. Man, I hate that kind of.
You know what we need to do, Joe? We need to get Neary to come in on a Tuesday night and do a smoke clinic, because he is the king of smoke.
He's the king of smoke. Yeah, he is the king of smoke.
Nice head on it.
Oh yeah,
Avery makes a quality product, so I always enjoy trying their beers.
Yep, they've got some good stuff.
Oh, that's sweet. It smells just like a dessert. Just chocolate and coffee.
Oh man, yeah.
A little bit of a vanilla tint in there. I might need a moment. I might have to try.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's beer porn. That is beer porn right there.
Shut off the video feed for a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's smooth, velvety.
See,
that's just on your tongue.
You notice what he's not doing there, right, Mark? I mean, he's got one hand above the table.
Yeah, you know.
He's got both hands up. How's he turning his computer right now?
Yeah. How did he start that screen share? What's going on?
Oh, that is good. I mean, it's just like a milkshake. It's so smooth. Just slides down, like, you know, a good style, just like slides down your throat nicely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, that's like it just tastes the chocolate and the coffee. Yeah,
good stuff. Yeah.
What would you say is the body on that beer, though? 'Cause, you know, some of them stouts really vary. Some of them can be thin, some of them can be medium.
Yeah, this one's definitely a full body one.
Okay,
but I'm like one of those guys that'll drink a stout all year round.
Oh yeah.
But I tell you right now, someone like not used to this kind of ABV, I can feel a little bit of the alcohol and a little bit of that warming sensation. But one of these might knock somebody on their butt a little bit.
Oh yeah,
I'm used to it. Yeah.
A 22-ounce bottle at 10%. Yeah, that's like drinking 4 or 5 buds. I mean, really, at the end of the day.
So let me show this
IBU, but the bitterness not even really a problem with it.
Because this is right from their website here, and it's made for mobile. So you scroll down.
Yeah.
But 10.6% ABV. Behold the stunning crimson hues of the inky blackness. That'd probably be well described from what I saw. Yeah. They mentioned, what is that? Hallertau
hops. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spicy and floral, savor the flavors. Redolent of English toffee, rich mocha, sweet molasses.
Come on with it.
All of that.
Crossing off the list.
Now, seasonally from November through December. So,
yeah. So this could have been last year. It could have been a year before even, just because of the 10.1 ABV on the label.
And see, that's unfortunate because, we don't really know when that was bottled. We have an idea now.
Well, if you go on Untapped, I think they have different versions, I thought, on there.
Oh,
it's saying it's no longer being made.
So it's out of season right now, but I thought I saw it listed before.
Yeah.
They have the same exact, because I made sure to go through the variant that didn't have a date on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's, and of course, if it's a seasonal brew, it's going to be different ABVs and different, slightly little different things to it every season. 29,000 ratings on here, though, 29 in the last 30 days. Almost a 4%, almost 4 bottle caps, 3.96 out of this one.
Yeah.
We've had some people just sample that one as well, August 6th, August 5th.
Excellent beer.
And see, the thing about this one, and the place I got it at, I know they take good care of their beer, so I had no problem getting it. It's actually the 2015, it looks like.
Okay.
This one thing says Russian Imperial, 10.1 ABV.
It's a year and a half old, yeah.
And then that was a 4.03 3 at the time. The average rating off of 2,039 ratings.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So it's still a beer like this though can handle that. You know what I'm saying? So you store that away for a year or two, and you get good stuff out of it. Oh, you know what? Let me show this because I love when they do these graphs. Now some breweries are starting to do these graphs, and when you scroll to the bottom of their website for this beer, they have these nice little graphs. So is it hop driven? No. Malt forward? Look at that. You can see where they put the emphasis. I love when they do this. It makes it easy for you to understand. The yeast, so it's low on yeast, low on the hop.
See, the good thing with that is like the hop driven, it says no, right? So like people will look at a rule of thumb. I was reading a piece a few weeks ago, and they say, so if you go 0 to 100, they were trying to say, well, if you're under 50, you're usually going to be malt driven, right? If you're over 50, you're usually going to be hop driven. This is an IBU of 55, and sometimes people get confused or scared because they think it's a higher IBU. You look at this like, no, you can have a smooth beer, and the malts are going to bring everything back down.
Balance out the hops very quickly.
Yeah, because it depends on the hop variety you're using. Plus, you're trying to balance everything out with those ingredients. So it's they probably
get a 10% and get a 10% ABV.
Yeah,
Exactly. Have a lot of malt in there.
So I love when they do that. I love when they put those in. Some of them are starting to convert to that. They're starting to show those graphs so that you kind of know what. Just like Rod said, you see that if you're just getting into it now and you're more of an IPA guy and you're just getting into it and you're like, ooh, 50, that's going to be a hoppy one. Let me get that. Well, it's a little deceptive. That's where the numbers aren't always what they don't always hold true because that's a balancing number, really.
Yeah, that's like one time my wife wanted me to order a beer. She's like, I want something strong. I don't want something weak or whatever. So I order a backwoods bastard, and she's not a hops fan at all. But if you look at it, you would think it's more hoppy than it actually is, and she loved it.
Yeah,
and out with all the malts.
Yeah, I did the same thing with with my ex as well. It was like, typically people think they don't like dark beers, just in general. They're like, I don't like the way they taste and everything. I'm like, well, those are the ones that have all the flavor too. So it's but you start introducing those people to some of these chocolate beers and these coffee beers, and they're like, wow, this is really good, Yeah. And they're not always super heavy bodied either. It's not like having a meal in a glass every time either. So yeah, that's cool. Thanks for sharing that one, man. And so let's get to the much anticipated segment of the show, the Malt Liquor Report. Yeah. Here's Billy. There he is. Yeah.
Brought to you by
Billy
D.
Billy D, baby. Yeah.
While Mark and Rod were letting their beers warm up for maximum taste pleasure, I've been desperately trying to keep my beer cold for maximum taste pleasure. I actually have it sitting and surrounded by some freezer packs here. Joe saw this. I gave a sneak preview this Sunday night.
Yeah, he did.
This is from Voodoo Brewing in Meadville, PA, Mark. Now Homestead, PA. This is, believe it or not, 16 ounces of Freedom malt liquor from Voodoo Brewing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Craft malt liquor, sort of.
Yeah. I bought it before the Flecktone show last Wednesday night. They had 4 packs of it for sale for $10.
That's not bad. Okay.
So,
16 ounce, 16 ounces for $10. Okay.
Yeah. So I have had this already. I've had 2 of the cans.
Okay.
And I must say, it's not that bad. It's certainly a malt liquor, but it's drinkable, and it's way more drinkable than that Colt 45 double malt I had on here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Just about anything is more drinkable than that, I would imagine.
But make no mistake, this tastes like a malt liquor.
Yeah.
But for some reason, it's drinkable though.
What's the ABV on it? Do they
8.2.
Oh, okay. That's like a double. That's like a double malt.
Yeah,
Right,
that's more than the Colt 45 double malt.
Mhm.
That gets up into some of the higher.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I'm picking up any knowledge of these things.
Oh no! So you watch videos, you just absorb knowledge. And
Yeah.
You may not know it, but you're being
Yeah.
subtly influenced by the MLDC.
And I am actually paying attention when I go into the stores now.
Yeah,
Like when we're talking,
he's sacrificed. Hey, he's our
He's doing,
he's sacrificing for, you know, he has to become part of the culture
right. Yeah.
in order to, you know, he's
True reportage takes commitment and sacrifice.
Yes.
and I'm reporting the news and watching the malt liquor videos, so you don't have to.
Exactly. See, exactly. He's taking one for the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then reports back to us. He's our malt liquor journalist. So
That's right.
yeah. Photojournalist in a way. Yeah. Video vlog journalist. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's and Billy D. He has a partner.
And Billy D.
He's got his cohort.
So
what's going on?
So to the news, in the last couple of weeks, we had a big return of Brown Bag. Brown Bag used to be one of the big players in the MLDC. And just in the last year and a half or so, he has hardly been making any videos. I think he's only made about 3 videos so far this year, and he popped up with a new one about 2 weeks ago. So
doesn't that sound like something that Snoop Dogg should be rapping about? You know, the MLDC back in the MLDC. You know what I'm saying? Instead of all those references to Long Beach, like it should be, you know, MLDC. Like that should be part of a
young MLDC, you know, and the CPT.
Exactly. Oh, shizzo, man. Yeah, that should be. That's like Snoop Dogg is missing an opportunity right there, man. Right?
Yep.
So the other main news is the continuance of the 40/40s before Brews 40 turns 40 challenge.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which was started by Fear, 40-ounce Fear.
Yep.
Since I last reported on this, 40-ounce Fear is up to 15 different 40s, with his most recent a few days ago being Camo Ice. For anybody who's ever heard of
Camo
Ice.
I heard that's some rough stuff.
Oh, you've actually heard of it?
I've heard of the Camo Ice, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's amazing me about this challenge, this particular challenge, is I've never heard of most of these damn beers. So for them to even have an ice version of that beer is like, yeah. Wow.
So,
is it like is it common spelling? Camo Ice?
Yeah, CAMO.
Wow.
Wow.
I got that.
It just doesn't sound good to begin with.
No, not at all.
When I was in Detroit this weekend, I actually saw it because, believe me, when I was in Detroit, I was scanning the malt liquor shelves in Steve's Party Store in Detroit.
Yeah.
You didn't pick one up?
No, I did. However, I picked up a Schlitz Bull Ice, not for me to drink, but for possibly to contribute to the challenge, to maybe send to somebody.
Yeah, no, you got to do what you got to do.
I never knew they had a Schlitz Bull Ice.
Neither did I until Saturday.
Yeah, Schlitz Bull. Schlitz Bull takes me back to high school there.
Yeah,
Wow, look at this. So you've got not to. I'm trying to add to his report and not trying to take away from it, but Camo Beer Company out of Las Vegas, Nevada. How many Nevada beers do we report on? And not many, but this is one of them. Here's their top beers: Camo Black Ice, Camo Silver Ice High Gravity, Camo Black Extra, Camo 900 High Gravity. Oh, and the Camo Genuine Ale, baby. Yeah,
I'll bet
that's their craft beer right there. The ale.
That's their yeah.
Who knew there were so many?
And look at that rating on the brewery, 1.55 rating on that brewery.
It's a solid. At least it's not 1.5. 1.55.
Yeah! Exclamation point.
Are you guys seeing the chart from Joe?
What's that, Rod?
All I was seeing was like Joe's icon. Were you guys seeing the chart?
Oh yeah, I
I
saw
see
the
Mark's icon now. That's all I'm getting with my.
I could see the untapped listing.
I may have to go out and come back in and freaking Google.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Google. Yeah, you never know with Google. Yeah, but yeah, that was their. So go on, Bum. I didn't mean to.
Oh no, you did add to the report. Well done. Following it a close second behind Fear in the 40/40s before Brews 40 turns 40 challenge is Loot Bag Larry, who has 9 40s under his belt now.
Okay.
I believe the 2 most recent ones, one was an Old English 40 ounce, and then the most recent was an Old English 42 ounce. So these guys are obviously going to have to fudge things a little to, accomplish 40. So we do have a new player, as far as I know, the only the third and only other person involved in this challenge, and that's Dr. Stefan Malturin.
Oh, that's right. They have a doctor in the group. That's right.
Yeah, they call him the doctor because he is pretty intelligent sounding, and sometimes he wears a lab coat. So that's why they call him that.
That's the standard. He sounds intelligent, right?
He sounds intelligent, but the more you hear him, I mean, he is very smart, but then the more you hear him talk about some of the stuff going on with his job and his personal life, he's not really a doctor. But he does make some semi-interesting videos. I think I told you, he got the award last year, I believe, for regular guy of the year. He doesn't cam up or anything. He just talks. And he doesn't really try to be funny either.
Okay.
So he's now jumped on board the challenge with his first video. And so that's it for that challenge. There is one other challenge going on this year, and that's called the 209 J. Jones Mr. Met HPD 77 challenge, where in the year of 2017, the challenge is for you to make 24 different videos, each of which you drink 2 24-ounce cans in your video.
Okay, so you got to do how many videos?
24 videos of you drinking 2 24-ounce cans.
24. So that's
in your video. So it's drinking a 40. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, if you do that once each weekend, that's all but 2 weeks of the year going.
Yeah.
And, it takes commitment. I mean, if you're going to be part of the crew, man, you gotta dedicate.
One thing I will give them is, man, all those beers are like 8%. I mean, those are high ABV beers, man. I'll give them that. Like, when you're, they may not taste great, but they're, man, you're not just pumping nothing down your throat. That's for sure. I mean, it's
yeah.
Hey guys, sorry about my lighting situation. My image looks a little dark. Sorry.
A little.
All of a sudden, you're very attractive, Andrew. Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of ladies that way. Hey, baby.
Very white.
I got the chrome dome going though.
There is a little spot of light shining on.
Yeah, and it's right off that
a little reflective light up there.
Is this little light's gonna.
It's like the new soft.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's like you're making some kind of homemade horror movie or something,
So that is the malt liquor report for this week.
All right.
That was a good one, man. A lot of challenges. A lot of you got the four. I can't even say that.
40/40
before Brews 40 turns 40.
Yeah, 40. Yeah, and then they've got a 24 one going. So they love their 4s, right?
Yeah. That's the 209 Mr. Met HPD 77 challenge 2017.
Yeah, well, that could be, they might be, I don't go down that road too much, but they you would think they were black, right? Because we love numbers that have F's in them. You know what I'm saying? 4. The 5, you know what I'm saying? Everything 55. We love numbers with F's, man. You know what I'm saying? Numbers with F's, it just couldn't be any better, man. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, we put our business in the street, man.
Biddy. I got Biddy up, man. Biddy. I got 5 on it. You know, we black people, we count in terms of 5, man. We count in 5, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, you would think, man. So the malt liquor crew definitely has a little ethnicity to that or something. You know what I'm saying? That could be. Yeah, that's hilarious, man. They also like their F sounding numbers, man. That's so let me get to the big. There is big news, not bigger than the malt liquor report. That's all time, but you know that brings in the ratings right there. But we do have some other, you know, craft news, whatever, you know. But here, I'll share the screen here, and we'll get to this one. Hopefully you can see this one, Ron. Yeah, this is the big one. Sapporo acquires Anchor Brewing, bringing in the San Francisco beer to new global markets.
Yeah,
this is their first American acquisition. So, and it happens to be Anchor, which is a very old brewery.
Yep.
Only one that can use steam.
Yeah. So it's the acquisition for a undisclosed fee is expected to be completed August 31st. So that's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I mean, they really intended. So here it is. Anchor Brewing was founded in San Francisco in 1896. So they're saying they are the original craft brewery before craft beer was craft beer. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? So one brewery with an output of 7.5 million cases per year and annual sales of 33 million in 2016. Production of Anchor's 14 varieties of beer will continue. I don't know that name right there, but I'll just say in their San Francisco brewery is what the Anchor representative said. Now, of course, they do say all the usual stuff. Nothing's going to change. We're going to continue to brew everything the way it is. It's basically for distribution globally, though. Sapporo says it's going to take this beer overseas. So hopefully many, people like our friend Neri and some of our other friends overseas can start enjoying this pretty quickly, I would imagine. So we'll see how that goes.
Who is it over in Australia? Zach?
Yeah, Zach, maybe this beer. I don't know. Has Zach said that he's had Anchor or not?
I can't remember. But if we did it for, it was like $28 a bottle. So
yeah. So maybe someone like Zach can start enjoying this. I guess it's part of Sapporo's Speed 150 vision, which extends through 2026, is to promote global business expansions in North America, deeming the region one of the highest priority markets in addition to Southeast Asia. So start, looking for Anchor steam in different parts of the globe. That one's thinking really big here. So
just so they keep putting out the Christmas beer every year with the new design label on it. Designed by the 90-year-old artist who's been doing it since the first year, 40 years ago.
Each year's a different tree too. They use
it's a different tree every year. Same artist every year though.
I have to give some of these breweries, the big ones, that is, some credit, because it seems like a lot of people learned a lot of things from that Goose Island acquisition. Like a lot of people watched that and saw the reaction. It wasn't very good. And I think, InBev did plan on making some changes there, and just quickly realized that, whoa, we better step back. If we want to start making, acquiring more breweries, then we better just kind of let them be what it is, and just let them use our arm for, our umbrella for distribution. And that they have been kind of really doing that. They've been making these different divisions within themselves. So that's their like craft brewery division, if you will. And they've been, I'm seeing beers that I could never find, and now all of a sudden you've been able to find not just their main beer, but some of their variants, which is fantastic. you know. So
I think if InBev plays their cards right and they don't play with the recipes and stuff for all these individual breweries that they're buying, it might actually play out in their hand if they do it right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
they've got the.
And they don't irritate the craft beer market.
Yeah, I think the consumer is going to be dry because they're already trying to have like they had one festival. I don't know if they did it yet this year. Or they were doing it where it was all the AB and Bev breweries were doing it. So
okay.
there was kind of a backlash toward it and everything. And people were saying they weren't going to go. They were going to avoid it and all kinds of stuff. They had like, Elysian and 10 Barrel and whoever else they had in their fold. And it was going to be all there. And it's like, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out over the next few years.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You know what? If if people can say what they want and we can poo-poo all that, all their stuff that we want to, but we're a select little niche group of we're just a niche group of that whole overall beer market. And whenever Budweiser has an event, it's not like no one shows up. You know what I'm saying?
It might be in shades and a hat and a big coat.
Yeah, it's not like no one shows up. I mean, I was just looking at, for example, NASCAR tickets in November for the race here in Phoenix, which is the second to the last race for Earnhardt Jr. If anyone's a fan, by the way, his little farewell tour to NASCAR, and I mean, they're advertising these big packages with Budweiser tent involved, and you're like, oh yeah, the Budweiser tent, hell yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because that tent kicks ass, man. That tent's huge. They've got all the Budweiser girls. They've got all these different Budweiser beers, which includes a lot of those beers, inside there that's included in the package. So, it ain't like when you go to a race or some event and there's a Budweiser tent involved, it ain't like they're empty.
That's right. There we go. Blast from the past.
Vertigo Epic.
Yeah,
12-12-12.
Yeah, the 12-12-12. That is
going on 5 years old.
So you're cracking that one now, Mark?
I am.
Oh wow.
Mark's on a roll.
This is my rest of the night beer right here.
Yeah, that's lights out beer.
This is a bomber at 9%. So I got some smoke. A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of smoke still.
This is I guess it's a Belgian strong ale. It's supposed to have spices and that type, more of a holiday. Ooh, this is interesting. Look at the. I don't know if you got. Yeah, it is. Thick. But take a look at the color.
I did not expect that.
It's almost like a cranberry color.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like a purplish tone to it.
I did not expect that.
I noticed that when you're pouring it out of the bottle. It's like,
it's kind of like purple in color.
Yeah. And, so I'm not the only one drunk then.
So I have not had this one yet. I bought 2 bottles. I still have one more in the basement. I've got a 9, 10, 11, and I've got a 10, 11, and 12 still. But I figured I'd try one of the 12s. So, picture time first.
You definitely got to get a picture of that one.
Yeah, I definitely got to take a picture of this. I won't check in, but I'll have to take a picture of it. But yeah, so this should have held up pretty good, I would think.
Well, you've got I'll show their page really quick. You've got that for the 12-12-12 was 9.4% ABV, 50 IBUs. Let me see. Where you getting spices, cinnamon, ginger, allspice. Orange.
Yeah, I'm getting like allspice. I'm getting like berries, some kind of berries too. But yeah, like I am getting like cinnamon, allspice, like molasses a little bit. Very interesting.
Get those.
It smells really good.
If it's like a Christmas-based beer, you might say it might have some cranberry in it.
Mm-hmm.
It did have that cranberry color when you're pouring it out.
Ooh. It's a dry beer, and it's pretty dry, so it's not sweet. But yeah, I'm getting like allspice, nutmeg, kind of those holiday kind of spices.
Yeah,
really. This is pretty dry, and it's got a little bit of a dry and slightly bitter finish.
Yeah, because it does say that it's dry.
It is definitely dry.
Their description.
It's not off flavors, but yeah, it's dry, and you're definitely getting. I'm getting like a cinnamon and allspice kind of flavor at the back. You get a little bit of maybe chocolate and molasses, but it's mostly. It's tasty. It's not what you would for this dark a beer. You would think it would be a little more like what you had, Rod. That Czar, just a little bit more fuller bodied. This is kind of medium body, but with a really dry finish. So there's no real sweetness at the end.
Some good lacing on the glass too.
Oh, it's really tasty beer, but it's a dry beer, very dry.
That's a tough one. Let me see. That's a tough one to look up there. Let me see the vertical.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to try that one.
I don't know what I'm going to give this. I wish I would have had this, within 6 months or so, 5 years ago. But
would you consider that like an after dinner beer or one to have with dinner?
You could have this with dinner. You could have this. This would go with a steak or something like that. But you could also have this. This would go good with. Like pie. You could have this with like dessert. You could have this. This would go good, I think, with like ice cream or pie or.
Mark, you got to see this.
I wonder if you have it.
This is this is really cool because you got 44,500 plus ratings on here. 86 in the last 30 days. 3.87 bottle caps. This is the beauty of Untapped. This is the beauty of it. Because check this out. You've got someone that had it a day ago and almost gave it 5 bottle caps.
I'm giving it 4 1/4.
Look at that. Another one, August 6th. I mean, there's people that are just cracking this bad boy open still, and this 5 years later, right?
Yeah, and everybody's loving it.
That's pretty awesome.
No, it's a well-balanced beer, but it does definitely finish really. It's a lot drier than you would expect because I think they listed as what, a Belgian strong ale or dark ale or something.
Yeah, it's a Belgian strong, I believe.
Which generally is not that dry. I mean, it's a little more. It's really tasty though, and it's definitely spicy, but very dry.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing that one. I appreciate it, Mark, cracking that one open, man.
Believe me, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this one. Woohoo!
There is nothing going to waste there.
As well, Mark?
What's that?
That was 22-ounce one as well.
Yeah, it's 22 ouncer. So, yeah, this will be night. Finish this and go into bed. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's the good night juice right there. Absolutely. Yeah, that's what I call that. But maybe I will. Let me see. I was debating if I was gonna do this or not, but maybe I won't. I
do it. Get to the chopper. Do it.
I kinda let's see. I'll show you something that happened to me last night. It ain't for everybody, I guess. There's
okay. Well,
there's I'll show it here, but if kids are watching, you might want to turn their faces away. It's not. So last night I hit a pretty good sized coyote, and this is the aftermath of
coyote gut.
Yeah, that's unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
And you can see some of his fur and stuff. Poor guy, man.
Did you just hear like a thud? Is that basically what you heard when you hit it?
I definitely hear it. And you definitely the way he went under, he just really shot out quickly out of the median of the interstate. Oh, yeah,
right?
He shot out of the median just so quick.
He can't do anything. Yeah.
And I was just hoping he didn't, go in front of me. So he didn't hit the track. I was actually in one of our brand new tractors because my tractor's down right now because it doesn't have any AC. Some people commented in one of my videos that I posted when I broke down, and they were like, "Wow, 100 degrees at whatever time at night," and I'm like, and someone else said that they're familiar with Max and how they're legendary for going that high even when it's not, and I'm like, No, it kind of was. I mean, this is a whole different ballgame. But in any case, I was in one of our brand new tractors because mine didn't have an AC, and that's something that you don't drive without AC here. So I was like, oh, don't jump. I mean, he jumped. Coyotes are very fast. They're not like dogs. They really can bolt. Sometimes they can make it across, but I could already tell when he shot out. I'm like, oh, dude, really? But sometimes they will hesitate, and I was do like a double take, and that would have saved his life because I would have already been by him actually. But
Joe, I have to ask you, please tell me that he didn't have a big bulbous red nose and he was carrying a crate of Acme TNT.
I think he dropped the TNT just beforehand. And I did see a smaller object kind of across the screen before. And so poor guy, the Acme did not save him. And well, it ain't the first time he's been run over. So
I was going to say that's just another day at the office for him. He'll be back next scene without a scratch.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's
oh man. So how many times do you hit animals? Is it
a lot?
Fairly I would say at night. Yeah, you probably hit them fairly frequently.
Yeah, it happens a lot, but normally it's the smaller ones, rabbits, mice, rats, that sort of thing.
You ever hit a deer?
I have not hit a deer.
Okay.
But thank God, because deer can really gets into those large animals. Deer scare you, man, because deer hop. They actually hop. Yeah. And deer will actually hop as high as your windshield. So they'll come through your windshield in some cases. Yeah. So
ran over some rattlesnakes out there.
Yeah, I'm sure I've hit some snakes. I have no idea about that. But I really felt bad for the people behind me because they had to see all the carnage. I didn't really have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way he went under, I could tell he hit my drives, and of course that's curtains for you. You know what I'm saying when you hit those, and then as you can see from the pictures, he went all down both trailers. So it was like you could.
Yeah.
So what do you have to do when that happens? You have to
pull. Probably didn't feel a thing.
Yeah, I mean, it had to have happened quick for him because I didn't even hear him or anything. You know what I'm saying? It's just all you really hear. It's like if you run over something. I mean, like if you ran over a I don't know,
squirrel,
like a bump or something in the road. Like how you hit a pothole and you're like, whoa, you feel it, but you just and this is the same thing. Like
just a little bump.
I just mostly, since I pull doubles, I'm just mostly concentrating on steering straight. I don't want to let it. You don't want to get panicked, and that's mostly an emotional thing. But the larger animals like that, you're always like, oh man, damn it, But I truthfully my main concern is birds. Birds terrify you, and they're crazy. Birds are nuts, man. They like. Birds are they're just I in my mind, someone should make a movie about how crazy birds are. Like they're just nuts. I picture them just sitting wherever they sit, like in their little trees or in their little bushes, and they just like challenge each other. I think because I've had birds, and this happens a lot. Like they'll fly underneath my truck. I mean, just literally, because I'll see them coming at me, and they'll just like dive, and you'll see them come out the other end. It's insane.
Yeah.
Some of them don't, but I mean, I don't know. I just picture them like these crazy, and they'll sometimes they come at your windshield, man, and
they see the reflection when they hit your windshield.
I doubt it. I really doubt it.
No, but seriously, I used to work at a site.
I know the bird thing because they do hit my windows here at the house. Because they do see their reflection.
They see their own reflection in the glass,
but not in the windshield. There's no way. It's
not not in a 70-mile-an-hour moving truck.
It's just too fast. It's not.
So when you hit like coyotes, do you have to report those and call the police or anything? Like pull over?
No,
things.
I just keep going. It's
on trucking.
No damage.
yeah.
Trucking.
I mean, yeah, if they did damage, you know,
Yeah.
and that's why I was kind of hoping he wasn't going to come in front of me. Since he didn't go in front of me, he came at like kind of the side.
Yeah, he just ran over the wheels. Yeah,
Yeah,
as opposed to hitting the grill or the front of the cab. Yeah,
right. Yeah, like, and then there's some instances where you hit stuff and you didn't even know you hit it until I stop for fuel or make a stop, and then I'll see like bats stuck in my grill or sometimes birds stuck in the grill or something, you know, and you're like, oh man. Look at that dude. He's kind of weird.
I was on my way out of town on vacation one time, and the remains I saw on the road was literally just like the main part of the body, but it was a deer. I couldn't tell if it was male or female, but I knew it hit a semi, and it got dragged for about 100 yards, and there was a blood strip right behind the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, he went the length of both trailers, and there was fur on the rear mud flaps as well.
Oh, all the way across. Yeah.
So that's what I said. I kind of felt bad for whoever was behind me.
I hope they had washer fluid. Hey, I hit the washer fluid. Got to get that coyote blood off the windshield.
Yeah, see, I don't. Whoever's behind me, that's who I feel for, because they got to see everything steaming fresh. Like
when you're eastbound and trucking, I mean,
so I do feel bad though. You feel awful. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
you feel bad.
Yeah, just not like killing animals just for the hell of it type thing. Yeah.
No, it's you feel awful.
Just wrong place, wrong time. But if it comes down to me or the animal's going to get it first.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that just happen, with all our highways, no matter where we're at, you see roadkill, and so when you know that, that's just part of trucking. So you drive enough miles, period, in any vehicle, you drive enough miles, things are going to happen to you. So
deer get creamed up here in the Midwest all the time.
Oh yeah, deer.
Yeah, no, I know many guys that have hit deer. Yeah, and it can be pretty awful. I've had friends die from hitting deer, so it's deer are
the worst thing you can do is hit a moose.
Yeah,
you don't want moose.
There was and years ago, I'm not sure if this is still true or not, if Mac has changed the tone of their horns, but up in Canada, there is a driver who's trying to get this male moose out of his way, and up in Canada out of the road, and he decided, well, fire up to your horns, see if it'll scare him. Well, guess what? That was actually like the mating call.
Yeah.
And let's just say after the male moose got done with the front of this guy's truck and he got it into the insurance adjuster, I think the repair bill was up about 30 grand.
Yeah.
So that I just thought I'd share that with you. It didn't, I know that's kind of like but
just so it's not Wiley. That's all I'm concerned about.
Yeah. Well,
because his bum's getting up tomorrow and he wants to see the cartoon first thing in the morning.
Yeah. That's. Yeah, there is quite a few times when I'll see a little mouse or something go across, and they make it, and I'm like, all right, dude, you made it, you made it, man, you know what I'm saying, you made it,
chipmunks, mice, that type of thing.
Like, I kind of give them a thumbs up when I see.
How did they get through that? Yeah, there's just no way.
I put myself in their position, and I think it's the lights really, like they just can't quite fathom the lights, you know what I'm saying, and they just bolt. And, a lot of them make it. I have to say, a lot of them do make it, and I'll just, all right, you made it, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, good for you, man. Don't do that again, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, so. Okay, guys, we're out of here, man. Hope everyone has a safe day, and we'll see you on Friday, Share Beer, 1 p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Peace out, guys. Thanks everyone for jumping in. We had a
time. See you, Rod.
Average
Thanks,
Joe
guys.
really,
Andrew.
really, and we had everybody in there.
Yeah,
Profit.
tons of people.
Yeah, that was a really good chat room tonight.
Worldwide audience once again.
All right, guys.
Worldwide.
Hey, Tom.
Thanks a lot. Hey, Tom, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, man.
All right. See ya. Take care.